All right, Shalom, Kol Haloyim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. All right, back at you another quick Lord with an edifying lesson. And I'm just going to get straight to it. I seen this video and I came across it, because of the title. And I checked it out. And, one thing you notice is that when these news clips are made about the chariots, you notice that they are always, dismayed. And even our own people, which the scripture says this in the book of Jeremiah 10. All right, Jeremiah 10 in verse 1, because we as Israelites, we're supposed to, be aware of these things. All right, and to know what the signs of heaven, all right, what the signs of heaven are there for and what they mean, and take heed to them as well. All right, because the signs from heaven are given for us as a warning, all right, or a signet to know what to do as far as what the Lord's getting ready to do down on earth, whether it be like a red blood moon, as you call it. It could be consolation concerning the high holy days and the Sabbaths. All right, and also, with the chariots moving and different things like that. Ever since the 70s, mid-late 70s, has been an increase of chariot, or what they call UFOs, so-called UFOs, sightings. That's been increasing by the tens of thousands. And that's the reason why, Esau had to eventually, bring it out under this guy, Trump, that they created a space force. Why? Because they're planning to combat, the angels. Okay, because when you go to the book of Joel, all right, which I'll come back to that, Jeremiah. Joel 3 in verse 9, it says, "Proclaim me this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, lay all the men of war draw near, let them come up." And this is to the heathen, right? "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong," which, we know that goes into what the nations having, the nuclear missile capability. All right. Verse 11, here's the point. "Some of yourselves," and this is what's going on now. I live in a time now where, what says in Ecclesiastes, we're in the time of war. Because why? It's a season, all right, to every purpose under under heaven. And we're in the season where, or time of war. Okay. Verse 11. Here's the point. "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, till the cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai." Who are the mighty ones of the Lord? The angels. Okay. And it speaks about what? The angels, all right, coming down to fight against, all right, the dragon, all right, which that represents what? Esau and his military. When you go to the book of Revelation, all right, 12, okay, he speaks about, how Michael, all right, which Michael is the archangel, okay, he's the archangel, all right, and he's going to stand up and fight for the children of thy people, which is who? Us Israelites, and in particular, the elect, okay, because the Lord is going to deliver his elect, all right, and the rest of the 1/3, the remnant. See, bear with me one second. All right, Shlaki, I'm back. So, like I was saying, the archangel Michael, all right, which I'll go to it real quick. I don't want to just quote too much. Let me see here. Revelation 12 and 7 says, "And there was war in heaven," which that's going into the firmament, all right, the sky, okay, just to break it down plainly, okay. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Now, the dragon represents who? The great serpent, which is who? All right. Satan, which is, that old devil. All right. Spoken about in the book of Revelation, the 20th chapter, which that's the so-called white man today. All right. The spirit of the serpent. The word Satan just means adversary. All right. And then you have what? The devil. All right. The slanderer or deceiver, which is the so-called white man. Okay. And their angels is their aircrafts. Okay. You have the warplanes. Okay. And pretty much, they get that from knowing that the chariots are out there. Okay. This is why they mock things they see the chariots do. The formation, different things like that. Because why? They know the angels, which the angels' vehicles are the chariots. They don't have to ride in those chariots, but that's the way the Heavenly Father set things up, how they ride across the skies and things like that, but they ride in the chariots, man. Just like men have chariots, all right, that they ride in or fly in. Well, the angels have chariots, okay, which is the so-called UFOs. All right, technology that's now this world. Okay. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Right, because when you look at how they're going to be destroyed, all right, which, the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter goes into it as well. All right. And also it speaks about what? Yahweh Shai is showing up, because Yahweh Shai is going to lead the charge. All right. Right along with him going to be the archangels, Michael, the rest of the angels. And they're going to fight against Esau and prevail. Okay. So we know that, the angels, all right, which are the mighty ones, are going to come down and fight. All right. And they're going to take this man out. Okay. And just like I mentioned, matter of fact, let's go to that real quick. That they mimic the chariots. Check this out. Isaiah 31:5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts, which host represents what? Armies. He's the Lord of heaven's armies. Okay. It says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, Lord of armies. All right. Lord of the Sabaoth, which is Lord of armies, same thing. Defend Jerusalem, which is who? The elect. All right. The elect Israelites. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. Right. Because the Lord is going to deliver his elect, which that's the new Jerusalem coming down from heaven. Okay. Who is Jerusalem? The elect Israelites, man. Jerusalem is a people before a place. Okay. So going back to Jeremiah 10:1, hear ye the word which the Lord speaking unto you, O house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. Right. You're not supposed to be dismayed when you see things going on in the constellation, chariots moving. Okay. And oftentimes, when you look at the chariots moving, it's just and I always say this, when I talk about the chariots, it's always just a show of force. Okay. Now, you see here. Let's type this in. Okay, here we go. It popped up. So this is all right. Google says a show of force is a military or police action intended to intimidate an opponent or warn them of potential consequences by demonstrating capability and readiness to act. So that's really what is going on. Okay. When you see the chariots, they appear maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe dozens, maybe thousands, but you see a lot of time they appear, a dozen or the dozens. They appear in certain formations. All right, but that's just a show of force. that the Heavenly Father is doing, all right, to Esau. It's a way of intimidating Esau, all right, and warning him like, hey, there's consequences. And yes, the capability that the chariots got, you cannot overtake them. You know, this is the reason why. Again, this is the reason why the Space Force was created. You think the Space Force was created just because? No, they know the chariots out here. That's why Ronald Reagan even spoke about that. You know, where we was fighting a force from out of this world. You know, he was referring to the angels. Even in ancient artifacts or paintings, you have what? Portraits of the angels. All right, in the chariots. Okay. And Esau knows this, man. All right. Now, I had something pulled up, which I'm going to get here. This is the formation, right? So these different formations, they get that from the chariots, okay? See, V formation, J formation, inverted formation, inverted J formation. So these are different formations that even the the angels, which are the warplanes of Esau, all right, because those are Esau angels, his warplanes. That's how they fly, and it's a mimicking of what? The angels. Okay, so let's move on. All right, let's play a little bit of the clip. Again, I want to say fair use, courtesy of Fox 10 Phoenix. Fair use, my videos are not monetized, just only for criticism, and educational purposes. And I want to say fair use, okay? I want to just go ahead and play this clip that you see what's going on.
John Hook's Newsmaker starts now. Thanks for joining us on Newsmaker. A fast-moving object the size of Manhattan is hurtling towards our solar system, and it will make its closest pass to Earth on December 17th. Comet, asteroid, or something else. A Harvard astrophysicist believes...
And they never have proof as far as physical proof that any asteroid that landed. That's bullshit. They see the chariots moving about, all right, through their satellite imagery, which they cut off from the public because you can actually look on live satellite, all right, and actually see angels moving in the chariots, going in the sun, out of the sun, different things from the fourth dimension to the third dimension, because we only see the third dimension. The fourth dimension, which is the spiritual dimension, we don't see that unless it appears in the third dimension. Okay? But they used to actually let you see that. Let's play a little more.
A strong likelihood this is a craft of alien origin. And the implication...
Alien origin. What alien mean? Out of this world. Foreigner. The angels are foreign to this world. They're from the spirit world.
Obviously for humanity would be profound. Avi Loeb, professor at Harvard, joins me now. Great to see you. Thank you. And I've been reading with interest what you're putting out there. It's very provocative.
Well, science is fun as long as you allow yourself to learn something new. And the problem with experts is that they insist on past knowledge that they promoted in echo chambers. And obviously anything in the sky, they argue is a comet. But we should be open-minded because, if we have a visit...
See how the truth coming out? They argue everything is a comet, but they know it ain't no fucking comet or asteroid. Oh, chariots moving. Esau's nervous. As he should be. He feeling intimidated. Why? Because he know that no matter how much he boasts about his technology down here on Earth, it cannot compare or compete with the Most High's technology. The Most High gave you your technology. All right, but the Most High gonna give you technology that's that's gonna surpass his technology. Are you crazy? You wish, Esau, man. But you're gonna prepare. You're gonna fight. But like I said, you prevailed not. And in the book of 2nd Ezra 13 chapter, it says what? That in fact, let me get it. Because this is what's gonna happen, man. When them chariots appear, they're gonna bust your ass, Esau. All right, I'm gonna go right to the point. Second Esdras 13. This is the massive chariot that Yahweh Shai gonna ride in. Okay, Second Esdras 13, and I'll start at 7. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not, because how Esdras saw it when the massive chariot that Yahweh Shai came in on, it looked like a hill or a mountain coming out of the sky, out of the firmament. See? Verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet there's fight. And this is talking about Esau and his angels. See? They're going to be afraid. Why? Because that's something that they cannot defeat. You got to think, the Most High allowed Esau to see chariots at times and capture them on camera, and they disappear, and they can move from one sky to the other sky in the quick of a blinking of an eye, man. Quick, faster than the blinking of an eye. Your eye can't keep up with the chariots, man. You know, Esau don't have no technology like that, man. So of course he's afraid right now, and he's gonna be afraid once they appear and cover the skies. Okay, but the Lord gonna put the spirit on them to fight. All right, verse 9, it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, which that's the concentrated laser beams of fire that the chariot is going to shoot out. Because they're going to have to destroy the society as well, man. And you're going to destroy Esau, all right, and his angels, which are the warplanes. It's going to be prepared to fight. And everything Esau got, they're going to destroy it, man. Okay? They're going to destroy anything in their path. Okay? Why? Because the Heavenly Father, all right, is the man of war. He wants to see this war happen, but it's going to be a quick war. The quickest war in history. You know? Because you fight against the angels, all right, the chariots. Verse 11, it says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon of a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. All right, so there you go, man. All right, Ezra's seeing, and he afraid, because he's seen in the vision how fast and quick, all right, this slaughter is going to be. All right, the angels are going to slaughter these damn devils in their military, man. Fucking warplanes. They're going to slaughter them, man. All right. Only dust and the smell of smoke. Okay, that's how quick. All right, that's how powerful. All right, it's going to be as far as the impact from them, you know, zapping the warplanes out of the skies, man. All right, and this is why they're afraid. They know ain't no comet or asteroid approaching. See, and the only ones that's telling you the truth is us. All right, the hopefully elect. We the ones tell you what's really going on. Okay, these chariots are gonna come down here. They're gonna be delivering the elect, and also destroying Esau in this military, man. Okay, and this is why, you know, when these chariots are gonna get busy, they're gonna be zapping people as well. All right, but when they see the elect beamed up, all right, Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, the strangers of their salvation, which, yeah, it's gonna be strange because they're gonna think that these so-called UFOs are abducting us, but it's really delivering us from the destruction that's getting ready to come simultaneously. All right, while we've been beamed up, Lord willing, I'm a part of the elect, and the rest of you sincere brothers out there, you know, the missiles are gonna be coming over here, man, to lay this place you call America flat, man. That's what's going to be going on. That's how the Lord is going to save his elect. That's how Jerusalem is going to be taken from the destruction over here in Babylon by way of the chariots, the so-called UFOs, man. Okay, you may be on the run, from Esau and this fucking military. Then the fucking chariot come out of nowhere and zap their ass. The Lord is going to defend us. You know what I'm saying? We got to believe that, because the Lord has always been faithful, and delivering His servants. Even though we got a lot of tribulation to go through, hey, the Lord is on our side. All right, Lord, want to be those elect men. All right, and you other men, women, and children that are part of the rest of the remnant. All right, so that's all I have. I don't want to hold you too long, but Lord, wasn't even edified. With that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. A shalom to the Lord's elect. And I'll see you next video, Lord willing. Shalom.